The door was open, but I locked it. I know I locked it. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the silent apartment. Then I saw the screen. My own face, staring back from the deep web, live. Someone was watching me, right now, through my own webcam. My heart didn't just hammer, it felt like it was trying to escape my chest. The image on the screen wasn't just my face, it was me, right now, in this exact moment, sitting at my desk. My eyes darted from the monitor to the small, unblinking eye of my webcam, then back to the screen. A tiny red light, usually off, was glowing steadily beside the lens. It was on. It had been on. How long? The realization hit me like a physical blow. This wasn't some pre-recorded footage. This was happening live. My breath hitched in my throat. I could see the subtle rise and fall of my own shoulders on the stream, the way my hair fell across my forehead. It was a perfect, horrifying mirror. A cold dread seeped into my bones, chilling me to the core. Every instinct screamed at me to shut it down, to rip the camera from its perch, to smash the laptop. But I couldn't move. My fingers were numb, glued to the desk. Who was doing this? Why? Was someone in the apartment? I spun around, scanning the shadows in the corners of my room, my eyes wide and searching. The closet door was slightly ajar. The curtains rustled faintly from a draft I hadn't noticed before. Was that just the wind? Or had someone been here? Had they been here when I thought the door was open? A wave of nausea washed over me. I was trapped, a specimen under a microscope, and the entire dark internet was my audience. My gaze snapped back to the screen, a desperate plea forming in my mind. Stop, just stop. But it didn't. Instead, a chat window, previously hidden, flickered into existence on the side of the live feed. White text scrolled rapidly against the black background, too fast to read, a torrent of faceless voices. Then, one message, highlighted in an eerie crimson, froze in place. Look behind you. My blood ran cold. I didn't dare breathe. Was it a prank? A twisted joke from some anonymous viewer? Or did they know? Did they see something I didn't? Every muscle in my body screamed to obey, to spin around and confront whatever horror might be lurking. But another part of me, a primal, terrified instinct, was convinced that turning away from the screen would be the worst mistake. It felt like a trap, a twisted game where the rules were unknown, and the stakes were my sanity, perhaps my life. The red light on my webcam seemed to pulsate, a silent, mocking eye. My eyes were glued to my own reflection on the screen, searching for any subtle movement in the background, any shadow that didn't belong. But the angle was tight. It only showed me and the wall directly behind me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Was it a bluff? A way to make me paranoid? Or was whatever they saw just out of the camera's frame? The silence in the apartment pressed in on me, suddenly heavier, suffocating. The crimson message burned into my retinas, a command I couldn't ignore, a death sentence if I obeyed. My chest felt like it was caving in. Every cell in my body screamed, demanding I stay frozen. But the terror of the unknown behind me was a tangible weight, a cold breath on my neck. I could feel the blood draining from my face, my hands clammy, my vision blurring at the edges. A tiny, almost imperceptible creak echoed from directly behind my chair, a sound no draft could make. It was the sound of a floorboard shifting, the sound of weight. My muscles locked, then gave way with a sickening lurch. I forced my head to turn, inch by agonizing inch, my eyes wide and unblinking, sweeping across the empty room. The closet door was still ajar, the curtains still swayed. Nothing. My breath hitched, a faint glimmer of desperate hope flickering. Then my gaze snagged on the webcam. The red light still pulsed, but the camera itself, it wasn't pointing at me. It was angled down, subtly, towards the floor directly behind my chair. I whipped my eyes back to the screen, my own live feed. The perspective had shifted. Now, instead of my face, it showed the back of my head, my shoulders, and then, filling the bottom third of the frame, right next to my own bare feet, were two heavy, mud-caked work boots. They were standing perfectly still. And then, a shadow, impossibly tall, stretched across the screen, enveloping me. The shadow swallowed me whole. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember anything after that. Just the cold, the absolute, suffocating darkness. I woke up here, wherever here is, with a constant feeling of being watched, a phantom red light blinking in my peripheral vision. My webcam is gone, my laptop is gone, but the feeling, it never leaves. I check every reflection, every corner, every shadow. I know someone is still watching. Have you ever felt that? That cold, creeping certainty that you're not alone, even when you are? Because I promise you, I'm not.